Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts. It's crazy to say this, but we literally only have 2 episodes remaining of the Batman, and the show's completed. It is done. And I should have guessed it. It's ending on a 2-parter, because this is Season 5, of course, Episode 12, Lost Heroes Part 1, and then, of course, the finale will be, I'm guessing, Lost Heroes Part 2. It just makes the most sense, obviously. We're ending on a 2-parter. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time here talking about, you know, the journey or whatever and all the different things that I really love about the show. I'll do that in the intro for the final episode next week. But I do want to say this just to make sure it's crystal clear. I want to thank you guys so much for supporting the journey of going through this show, commenting your thoughts on the videos, of course, commenting things maybe I missed during an episode or something that maybe I didn't catch, like a voice actor or a particular line or something that really stood out that I could have easily caught, like, oh, that changes like certain perspectives of, you know, whatever. So I really appreciate that, and I really appreciate you guys supporting the journey, and it's almost over. It's crazy. It is crazy that literally after I finished watching this episode, which is about 20 minutes long or so, there's only one remaining, and that's it. It's crazy. It literally feels like I just started the show a little while ago, which that's not true. It's been a long journey. So here we go. Let's jump into it now, guys. I can't wait to see what they do with this. Lost Heroes Part 1. Let's go. Joker? Is it Joker?
Toyman's not playing around.
Toyman. Okay, that makes more sense. Let's say you're about to get attacked by a toy too. Oh, that's cool. Boom.
I've been expecting you and your masked friend too.
Okay.
Wanna play?
Sure. Confetti.
Who's been playing with my toys?
Superman. Central City Fairground, huh?
Central City.
I mean, even I haven't been able to stop this guy. Slowpoke. I just hate it when they bunch up in the back like this, don't you?
Hello, Flash.
Ooh.
You found me.
That was close. Yeah, he has the advantage right now.
He gets in through his reflection somehow.
Oh, that was smart. What the hell?
Flash.
He was dragged away. What?
An hour later,
Superman,
you don't
Flash
seem
being
surprised.
that's not a coincidence, right?
Identical thing happened to Superman and me.
2 of the Justice League's most powerful members gone without a trace.
That's true. The 2 most powerful.
Hawkman's missing too. Almost a week now.
Oh, I love
So one by one, they're
Superman, Flash, and Hawkman all have superpowers. But you and Batman, well,
We're
Don't.
chopped liver.
They're in a plane.
I feel like a kid in the backseat of his parents' SUV.
I don't sense anyone down there, but I'll scout it
Wait,
out just
be
in case.
careful. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Oh, yeah. But who's taking the heroes?
Sleeping gas.
Oh, shit. Fire. Fire. And then he's gone, right? What the fuck? Who's taking... What's happening?
Arrow.
Water tower. And they're gone. Both of them. Damn. He's getting tired. I mean, this is insane, though.
This thing's not like anything I've ever seen before. How are
Yeah.
you doing?
Going around in circles. I was the one with the problem. I was afraid I wouldn't be able to keep up with him. You ever feel that way?
He probably does sometimes. He's asleep. What?
Hugo Strange. Hugo Strange.
Strange.
What?
What does he have?
Really?
You're not
It's all in his head.
Bruce?
Hugo Strange is the one who's doing this?
He was trying to contact us. I'm sure of it.
Why didn't I hear him?
Because the mind is more receptive during sleep.
Who was that? Is that Mr. Freeze? Maybe. Oh, I don't know if he has anything to do with it specifically. He might be like, you know,
You're a lot heavier than Hugo, aren't you?
Clayface. Maybe. Oh, what the fuck? Hell. What in the fuck is happening? What the hell? I didn't expect Hugo Strange to be a robot. That was not something I was expecting. Okay, there you go. There you go.
Radio controlled. Like the gas canister back at the Hall of Mirrors. Except this one's still receiving a signal we can trace. The joining's back.
Oh.
If we could just figure out how to get some legroom back here.
Air raid shelter?
It goes back a long time, to a war. People were worried about air attacks.
We'll make a door within a door.
Force field.
Oh.
I built this trap mostly for you. That's how sure I was you I told the joining you were the cleverest of them all. But all they care about are the superpowered
powers.
ones. Destruction everywhere. Arkham's brave attendants left me and my fellow inmates to our own devices.
So he got into a ship.
I knew the alien vehicle
Wow.
would have all sorts of fascinating technology. I combined their equipment to make a radio
So he's been working on this for a while.
that would contact them. Your friends? Voila.
My dream.
Yep, just like in his dream.
Look what my associate found in your belt, Batman.
What is it?
A mini explosive.
Oh.
Set to go off in 3 minutes.
Actually, it's rather low-tech.
Oh. Ooh. In the face. So how are they gonna get them out of that?
What do you think those tubes are for?
I mean, that worked. Great.
Because I have a feeling we're going to be needing you.
Oh shit. Robot duplicates? Oh my god, that's pretty badass.
The androids have taken our powers.
Shit. Dude, they're screwed. Wow. It's all I have to say. Holy crap. I was not expecting Hugo Strange working with the joining to be the final boss, if you will, the final, threat they have to face before the conclusion of the show. Holy shit. Wow. Pretty crazy. And I will say this, because it's pretty clear until, Batman says the joining have returned. When that robot popped out of Hugo Strange, when the robot, popped out of him, it didn't click in my head that, oh, this is the joining, because we did see that version of a robot, because when they're showing flashbacks, we see a little bit of a version of that robot during the invasion of Gotham or whatever from the joining. It never clicked, because that was a couple of months ago when we saw the joining episodes, and it just didn't click in my head, oh, that's the joining robot or whatever. Of course, I've seen other shows and movies and slept and read books and watched, of course, the Batman and, of course, and other shows. Like, I've done so many other things, it just didn't click until he said it. I'm like, okay, so the joining's back. So it also makes sense why Green Arrow, Batman, and even Robin, even though he's now in the mix towards later of the episode, but when Batman and Green Arrow could have easily been taken, they were not, because the joining only cares about the superpowered individuals. Because if they made a robotic version of Green Arrow and Batman, what powers would they have? None. So what they have done is capture the superpowered individuals who are part of the Justice League and absorb their powers and put them into robotic metal versions of themselves, robotic versions. I say metal because the robot version of the Flash looks kind of like Red Death, which is crazy because Red Death wasn't even created until way later after this episode aired, like years upon years later in the comics. So it's kind of crazy how it's kind of close visual-wise. It's kind of crazy, right? So I think the opening of the episode and the kind of Batman and Green Arrow working together was pretty interesting because we have Batman and Superman going against Toymaker. I think that's what it said, Toymaker. I think that's his name. I know there's like another version of Toy character in the comics or whatever, but anyways, he's there, the villain or whatever, and then there's something else going on. Like, these bombs are dropped. I thought he died, but Superman and Batman fought, of course, robots that were created, of course, by Toymaker, and then Superman's taken, okay? Don't know who took him. We don't even see him leave or disappear. It's not until when Green Arrow and Flash are working together to go against Mirror Master, which you'll see him again for a little bit in the episode, And Green Arrow had a good idea how to stop him because they're in a room full of mirrors within this like Central City like fairgrounds or whatever. I have no idea, but it's a gigantic room of mirrors, and of course, Mirror Masters, jumping back and forth between all these different mirrors within the room, which is a gigantic room of mirrors, and Green Arrow just shoots he has a lot of trick arrows. Like that's what I really appreciate about this interpretation of Green Arrow in this show is that he has a lot of trick arrows, a lot of variety of arrows he's using. So he uses one that has some sort of like purple sludge, and so when Mirror Master's running for a mirror, he can't see his reflection, so he can't go through it, so he gets knocked out. But then there's some sort of like knockout gas or something that Flash and Green Arrow get hit with. And then Green Arrow sees Flash being dragged away. We actually see him being dragged away. We don't see who. I'm guessing it's a robot or whatever that's dragging him away. Clearly because of the joining. And then Green Arrow's knocked out for like an hour. And he's like, I could have easily been taken. I wasn't taken. While they're doing all this research stuff, Batman is like, he's about to pass out. And I think it's because he was so tired. And I just can't stay awake. I think Martian Manhunter was trying to get him to fall asleep so that he could talk to him and actually, relay information. Because when Bruce wakes up in his dream, he sees all the heroes who've been taken. Because before Green Lantern and Martian Manhunter are taken, they all meet up in the Batcave. Batman, Green Arrow, Green Lantern, and Martian Manhunter. Hawkman was also taken off screen, but I'm guessing maybe they planned to show it, but I guess time-wise they couldn't show the scene or whatever, or they had to cut it before they could actually make it. Who knows? I'm just thinking off the top of my head. I have no idea. But seeing all four of them together in the Batcave was pretty awesome. It was really cool to see that, like, them talking, trying to figure this out. And then Martian Manhunter kind of assumed the reason why Batman and Green Arrow were not taken is because they don't have powers. They're taking the powerful individuals. So, of course, when they go back to the fairgrounds, it is a trap, clear as day. But they're both taken. Green Lantern and Martian Manhunter. So when Batman's asleep, because I bypassed that part, I guess, sorry, timeline-wise, trying to follow the path of the episode. So apologies, but that was really cool seeing all four of them work together, even though Green Arrow's like really, do we have to ride in the plane created by Green Lantern's, ring or whatever? And then he's just not happy with it. Batman's like, just don't ask me if we're there yet. It's gotta be irritating for both of them that they can't just do fly or whatever, they have to ride in a created Green Lantern plane. But when Batman falls asleep, he sees all five of the members who have been taken to the Justice League in some sort of devices that's kind of similar to what we actually see later in the episode. Hugo Strange. Martian Manhunter says Hugo Strange. So I'm like, okay. But when we first show up to Arkham, I'm thinking that with Hugo Strange there, I'm like, so maybe he really doesn't have any involvement. Maybe this is just, some sort of way to get to the actual right path or whatever. But no, it wasn't Hugo Strange. It was a joining robot that was taking over. And I honestly thought it was Clayface for some reason. I just thought that because I'm like, he's not speaking, but Clayface could have spoke as Hugo Strange, but didn't. But then we see the backstory of Hugo Strange, because when we finally get to the actual location where it's like a sealed off location for airstrike attacks or whatever, it was created or kind of, for during a war or whatever. So that was the use for it, but Hugo Strange, of course, using it for his own. And so when we show up, they're captured, then we get the backstory. Of course, we have to give the info dump of what happened. So during the joining at the end of season 4, during the whole invasion, Hugo Strange got out. He happenstance came across a fallen ship, a fallen joining ship or joining robot that had crashed right near him. He was about to heal. He could have died. He takes all the equipment into that bunker, into that area, that place behind the locked doors or whatever, and then was able to contact the joining to offer his deal. So he wants knowledge of the universe. In exchange, he's going to capture all of the powered members of the Justice League. That's all the joining cares about, is the powered individuals of the Justice League. And then we see all of them there, being some sort of devices strapped to them as they're on these metal plates or whatever, and it's clearly taking their powers and putting them into these robots. The robots are pretty damn cool. The designs of them are. They're really cool. And their powers are gone. That's why they took them specifically. That's why a Batman and Green Arrow robot would not do anything more, I guess, what's the word? More deadly, more threatening. I guess that's the way to go about, because they would just be robots, right? With Superman robot, he has the powers of Superman. With the Flash robot, he has the powers of the Flash. Green Lantern, same thing. But see, the Green Lantern thing, I'm curious, like, is that really Green Lantern's powers within the robot of Green Lantern? Like, is that or is that just like kind of like it or whatever? I don't know. I guess the implication is that yes, because we did see it use it against Green Lantern, but I don't know. Because, I mean, how can you... I guess it could absorb the powers of the ring. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know. But this is a pretty intense way to go about concluding this show in terms of getting the Justice League, having the power members being taken, and the joining is back again, working with Hugo Strange. And now we have these robotic, like these robot versions of these heroes with their powers. And it's not like, oh, we have Superman going up against Robot Superman. No, they don't have their powers. The robots have their powers. So it's some crazy switcheroo shit. Overall, had a really good time with this episode. Of course, I had a great time following along the mystery of what was happening. I was trying to think who's behind all this, and it never clicked that it'd be the joining until he said it, and Hugo Strange working it. Like that's just a combination. I just didn't think about it, but now we know. So yeah, one more episode and the show's over. It's crazy. It's one more and the show's done. It's insane. It is insane. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm curious to know your thoughts about this episode. I'm curious to know your thoughts, guys. Whatever thoughts you have, please let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, supporting these videos, supporting the playlist, of course, for the Batman reactions. And I will see you guys soon. Peace out.